This week on Council Bluffs News, let's talk about CB. The city image campaign wraps up its second phase. Concerned Veterans for America. The organization makes a stop in Council Bluffs as part of its series of town hall meetings spanning the entire nation. Holiday donations. Iowa Western and New Vision's Homeless Services team up for their annual holiday food drive. And Marlis Leanne joins us for our in-studio interview. That and more all on this week's Council Bluffs News. Hello and welcome to this week's Council Bluffs News. I'm Zach Harper-Blunt. Over the summer, a partnership with the Mayor's Office and other local organizations kicked off Let's Talk About CB, a campaign to help change the image of the city. After sending out surveys and hosting workshops, the campaign is now preparing for its next phase. The campaign is taking place in Council Bluffs, involving the image of the city.
Well, the overarching goals for the campaign are really to change the image of Council Bluffs, starting at the ground up.
Beginning in the spring of 2015, the Let's Talk About CB campaign is an effort between local organizations, including the Mayor's Office, to help boost how people feel about Council Bluffs.
We want them to take pride in their community and where we live and grow. So that kind of starts there, and then obviously that expands into attracting businesses and families and to come to Council Bluffs and just getting other communities to understand why we are proud of where we live.
The campaign started by sending out 2,500 surveys of members of the community. Once the results of the surveys were returned, workshops were hosted to gain more results from the community.
And the workshops were open for people to actually come in and participate in person. I think we did about 8 or 9 different workshops. Some were focused on certain target audiences, and some were open to the public. So we got, again, a very dispersed selection of people and who communicated and attended those.
Once the workshops were complete, the results were given to MSpace Group, a company that works with organizations to help develop strategies to reach a wide range audience.
They're taking all of that and just kind of crunching all that data and coming up with some possible representations to present back to our committee.
When that information comes back, the campaign will move on to its next phase beginning in 2016.
We are hoping to start rolling it out in the beginning of next year, in January. We're working on hiring a communications officer for the city, so that person will be very involved and be one of the primary drivers of helping to drive this campaign out. So again, whatever that looks like, there'll be, I would imagine, internet, online, newspapers, whatever we get involved, we'll roll it out, but it'll be an ongoing thing. So we're hoping to start the beginning of 2016.
The campaign is currently in a quiet phase while MSpace goes over the information taken from the surveys and workshops. The community may begin seeing the next phase of the campaign beginning in January. Thursday, November 12th, the Council Bluffs Library hosts a Homebrew Program. Those who attend learn about the timeline, procedures, equipment, and key ingredients to make homemade beer during the 2-hour event.
For most people, it's trying to figure out, whether they want to get into the hobby and what all's involved. Some people just do it take the class to learn something so that they are a little more knowledgeable about going to a bar and what's the difference between a pale ale and an Indian pale ale.
Frank tells us he holds classes like this one typically once every 3 months. The Concerned Veterans for America bring their nationwide series of town hall meetings to the Mid-America Center on November 13th. The organization's CEO and Fox News contributor Pete Hegseth is joined by Republican presidential candidate Carly Fiorina as they address issues facing veterans' health care. IWTV student Josh Lamb has more.
Many Americans have strong feelings for those who have served in our military.
No population in our country has given more for our country than our veterans.
But according to the Concerned Veterans of America, the VA simply isn't doing enough.
Very, very far away from providing appropriate care for our vets.
Friday, November 13th, the Concerned Veterans of America holds a town hall meeting at the Mid-America Center discussing their issues with the VA with the support of presidential candidate Carly Fiorina.
We need to value our military. We need to honor our military. We need to listen to our military.
According to the CVA, the Department of Veterans Affairs has provided wounded vets care for many decades, but it's recently regarded as inefficient and many seek reform.
To receive inadequate care at the VA is an additional wound that veterans shouldn't be forced to suffer.
We have been talking about reforming the VA for how long? 20 years at least.
Some of the complaints cite poor spending, while others point to a failure to adapt to 21st century technology.
So I don't know that the service has changed for the better or for the worse, but yet the VA has become outdated.
Technology is a tool. It's a fantastic tool to engage people, once again, in the process of their government. And ours was intended to be a citizen government. So it's a tool I'm going to use.
That's why the CVA is stepping in, a nonprofit, nonpartisan, policy advocacy organization that is doing the dirty work for veterans' care, so they don't have to.
We're going to fight the battles to bring meaningful change to the lives of our veterans and our fellow countrymen on the policy front.
I applaud the concerned veterans of America to serve our veterans in the way that they have earned.
If we get the policy right, then you can really start the fight, which is what we're doing.
Pete Hegseth, the CVA's CEO and twice bronze medal decorated Army vet, says he's optimistic about the plan to get things on track.
The first step you need to take is to have the policy, to know where you want to go. Because we can yell about the problems and the wait lists and the scandals, but until you have a demonstrated plan of how you would do it better, it's hard to launch off.
For the CVA, it's one step at a time in helping veterans make a stand for what they feel is right.
Veterans need to choose how they want to be served.
It's a call for reform that's only just begun.
They're a long way from becoming law, so we're still early in the game, unfortunately.
For your Council Bluffs News, I'm Josh Lamb.
In news around the Bluffs, even though Veterans Day celebrations primarily took place last weekend in Council Bluffs, Iowa Western holds a special event on the holiday. Wednesday, November 11th, Iowa Western hosts a Veterans Day celebration event at Kinney Hall. Guest speakers are on hand, as well as veterans who served in the armed forces and also call themselves Reavers.
It helps people to identify who the veterans are, and it might encourage them to take a little bit more time to find out what it's like to teach a veteran, or how maybe they should act around a veteran and teach them a little etiquette.
8 quilts of honor were handed out during the ceremony. We were told as many as 300 current Iowa Western students have served in the military. The Iowa Western Student Government hosted Dodgeball Tournament Fundraiser. The event takes place on Thursday, November 12th to raise money for projects, including updating the sundial on campus and helping with mental health. The decision to do a dodgeball tournament was simple because it's not done on campus.
We just were brainstorming ideas, and dodgeball got brought up because it's something that is not done on campus, like intramural wise, so we decided it'd be something fun to do and gave her a try.
A total of 12 teams signed up for the event. Student athletes, faculty, and some other familiar faces all part of the event. And wrapping up news around the Bluffs, the Potawatomi County Community Foundation takes part in a national event. Monday, November 16th, the PCCF and Mayor's Office take part in a proclamation ceremony for National Community Foundations Week. Potawatomi County is just one of nearly 750 similar organizations nationwide participating in the celebration, all sharing the same goal of serving the community.
All of that, they can utilize the Potawatomi County Community Foundation as a tool. And then the second point is, then the grants go out from the Community Foundation where those donors can say this is where our dollars should go and continue to make an impact in the community.
Community Foundation Week was created in 1989 by President George Bush to recognize the work these organizations do to help address community needs.
I'm going to be out of
Coming up on Council Bluffs News, holiday donations. Iowa Western and New Vision's Homeless Services team up for their annual holiday food drive. And Marla Talian joins us in our in-studio interview to discuss the upcoming local authors fair.
That have written history, local history, or Iowa history kind of book. The Mid-America Center is the Heartland's premier entertainment and convention center. September 27th, Papa Roach and headliner Five Finger Death Punch rock Council Bluffs. Then rock opera takes the stage with the return of TSO November 18th. Over at the Convention Center, over 200 exhibitors are on hand at the Callahan Craft Show. And October 18th, vendors aspire to inspire at the Wedding Essentials Idea Show. Remember, the MAC offers free parking for all events. Tickets, information, and more at midamericacenter.com.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
At Council Plus Savings Bank, you still get personalized customer service.
We have identity-safe checking with LifeLock, identity theft protection.
You get personal mortgage lending to fit your needs now and in the future.
You get business banking with the latest technology because saving you time saves you money.
At Council Savings Bank, you get people who answer when you call and local employees who are actively involved in our community. Council Savings Bank, hometown banking the way it used to be.
Hello and welcome back to Council Bluffs News. I'm Zach Harper-Blunt, joined in studio by Marlis Leanne, the adult programming librarian at the Council Bluffs Library. Marlis, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
This weekend you have the local authors fair coming on at the library. Can you talk about a little bit about what that is?
Yes, our local author fair has been an opportunity for individuals in the greater Council Bluffs area to tell us that they've written a book and be able to show it to those that come into the library Sunday afternoon and offer them an opportunity to buy the book.
And this isn't the first time you've had this. This has gone on years past.
No. I've been here in Council Bluffs for almost 10 years now, and I think I have done a local author fair probably about 8 out of those 10 years.
And how did the idea of this come together?
Well, authors that are learning and struggling and trying to get known have a big challenge. Most of them do not get picked up by the national publishers, and they do a lot of self-publishing, and they are their own PR people as well as being an author. So it is a challenge to both tell about the book that they've written and sell it as well as write the book. So giving them a chance to be in the public and more than just their relatives and best friends learning about the book is a nice opportunity for them.
And help get their name out to
It helps get their name out, and it gives us in the community a unique chance to find something for Christmas or for a gift that is not going to be sold at all the local stores in town.
What are some of the variety of themes as far as books will be at this event?
Thanks for asking. We've got 2 children's authors this year, which I always delight in getting. We've got about 3 authors that have written history, local history or Iowa history kind of books. And we've got a wealth of mystery writers. They like to write their mysteries. And a couple of sci-fi/horror books.
Oh, okay. And this takes place Saturday from 1
No, Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday, please. Sunday, the 22nd from 1 to 3.
All right, Marlis, thank you for joining us in studio today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Stay tuned. More Council Bluffs news coming up right after the break.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
New Vision's homeless services in Council Bluffs help serve homeless and near homeless in Council Bluffs, offering emergency shelter, meals, and transitional living programs. Every month, the Meal Center serves 8,500 to 9,000 meals, depleting their food pantry. Iowa Western teams up with the organization to help fill the pantry for the holiday. With the upcoming holiday season, a local organization needs some assistance. And helping provide some of that assistance is Iowa Western.
It's an annual food drive that we've been doing for the last couple of years.
Iowa Western and New Vision's homeless services team up for their annual food drive.
So Iowa Western is one of the members of our community that has recognized a huge need here at New Vision's Homeless Services.
New Vision's Homeless Services is an organization that helps the Council Bluffs area, offering emergency shelter to the homeless men population, a meal site that serves a warm meal to those who need it, and apartments that help get people back on their feet.
Harry Waller, our senior leader here that founded the organization, started with sack lunches, and we've grown into a site now where we're really dealing with the homeless problem right here in our community.
Helping those that need it can sometimes turn into a lot of mouths to feed.
8,500 to 9,000 meals is our average every month. We've been known to hit upwards of 10,000 meals during the holiday season.
And with those numbers, it takes a lot of supplies to make enough meals. And Iowa Western offers a hand to help restock their food pantry.
Every year around the middle of November up through Christmas break, we run a food drive for Mom's Place in Council Bluffs. And this year the food drive is running from November 9th through December 4th.
During the near month-long food drive, clubs, organizations, as well as staff and students collect the food items to donate to the shelter, all while having some fun.
We encourage a little bit of friendly competition between the clubs, giving out some monetary donations for the group or club that donates the most. And we encourage the same competition between faculty and staff.
The reward for this? Knowing that you're helping provide some much needed assistance.
It really helps us fill our pantries because especially during this season, during the holiday season, a lot of our pantries are depleted and everybody's trying to scramble to put together 9,000 meals. So the importance of Iowa Western's contribution to us is to get those pantry levels back up so we can continue serving those meals.
The food drive ends on December 4th and donations can be dropped off at the Student Center. If you have any questions about donating items, you can contact Matt Waters at 712-325-3715. Monday, November 16th, Iowa Western hosts a free shredding day. During the event, people are able to drop off private documents to help them keep their privacy and security, as well as cleaning up unwanted clutter they may have. The event lasted for 3 hours, and once documents were dropped off, they were shredded on site. Still to come on Council Bluffs News, there are plenty of furry friends at the Midlands Humane Society that love to be your new best friend. Meet them in our Pets of the Week. And a look at your weekly events calendar.
Create new opportunities and expand your knowledge with Iowa Western's continuing and career education.
It was really intimidating to go back to school, but Iowa Western made me really feel like I could do it.
Our goal is to help students achieve success from education to employment.
Learn more, including information on extra benefits for Iowa residents at iwcc.edu/continuing_education.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. Since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. And now she's holding on for dear life. Her kids can see she may have broke her knees. They still love her though she looks like she's attacked by killer bees. I'm allergic. Prove you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
During the summer months, Walmart opened its second location in Council Bluffs at Bluffs Northway. But that isn't the end of what's coming to the shopping area. We sit down with Community Development Director Don Gross to get an idea on what will be coming to the site.
The old Bluffs Northway next to Walmart on North 16th Street, I think has received permits for their first, little strip center. I think their plans call for 3 buildings in front of what they already have, some improvements to the parking lot, and that appears that that's underway. There's also quite a bit of activity down on Veterans and 24th Street. Echo is moving ahead with their building at south of 24th and Veterans. The city is busy reconstructing Gifford Road, at least from Veterans Highway 2 past just to the south line of the recycling center.
Hello, I'm Terry Mills, and thanks for watching Pets of the Week. Today we have JJ with us.
in honor of Adopt a Senior Pet Month. JJ is 10 years old, and he's a gray tabby, sweet cat, and he's been here since August. So we're really hoping to find him a great, loving home. JJ is very calm, he's good with other cats and dogs. So if you'd like to bring your cat or dog in to do a meet and greet with JJ, his file number is 17203. 17203. Our next senior cat's name is Greta. She's 7 years old. She's a beautiful cat. She was an owner surrender, and we did have to take her in and get a light grooming job done on her by a local groomer here in town. She was very matted, and Greta's file number is 6015. She's a very sweet cat, likes to just lay around and sit in your lap all day. She is very curious, and again, she's 7 years old, and Greta's file number is 6015. Our next senior guy we want to feature is Joey. He's our oldest furry client we've got in the facility, and we have featured him before. His file number is 17251. He's 12 years old, but he's a great dog. He'd be great for a new family, a young family that's looking for a dog and has never had one before. He'd be a great starter dog. He loves his walks, he loves toys, and he loves to cuddle. Again, this is Joey, file number 17251. Our next girl we have is named Sadie. She's a Catahoula. Her file number is 18102. She's very active. She's 5 years old. She would be great for an active family. She loves to run. She loves to walk. She is okay with other dogs, but not with cats. Again, Sadie's file number is 18102. And in honor of Adopt a Senior Pet Month, we are offering specials on our cats and dogs this month. So come on down to Midlands Humane Society, located at 1020 Railroad Avenue in Council Bluffs.
Now time for our weekly events calendar. The Bayless Park lighting ceremony takes place on Thursday, November 19th. Beginning at 6, Mayor Matt Walsh and Santa will help turn on the lights at the park for the holidays. Afterwards, hot chocolate and cookies and also face painting will be available at the Bayless Park Hall. The 100 block hosts turkey bowling on Friday, November 20th. From 6 to 10 p.m., participants will be able to bowl a turkey for one frame at participating locations. The cost is $5 per person, and you can register at any participating location. All proceeds will benefit the YMCA's Strong Communities campaign. And the Union Pacific Railroad Museum will host a Native American Heritage Month event Saturday, November 21st. The program will begin at 1 and run to 3, and will feature guest speaker Gayassi Ross talking about the railroad's impact on Native American heritage. Admission is free, and more details are available at uprrmuseum.org. Thanks for watching this week's Council Bluffs News. CBTV is always looking for your feedback. You can send questions or comments to cbtv@iwcc.edu. Call 712-325-3312. Or you can find us on social media. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Just search CBTV17. Remember to keep it here for the latest scores and updates for local sports and your community by tuning in to the Bluffs Sports Zone with JJ Davis. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm Zach Harper-Blunt.